You guys, I am so excited to share our curriculum choices for this upcoming year. In today's video, I'm going to be focusing most on my second grader. He's going to be 7.5 come fall. And then my plan for the rest of the week is to cover my daughter, first grader, my preschoolers, my twins, and then our family subjects. And so I'm so excited for this curriculum week. Hi, my name is Angie. Welcome to my channel if you are new. If you're not new, welcome back. Thank you for coming back. And I know a number of you have been waiting for this video because you have been messaging me. And honestly, curriculum videos are some of the most fun to make. I mean, all the curriculum's new. I have such high expectations for everything being just beautiful and magical next year. So I want to share that with you today. And like I said, I plan on sharing all our curriculum this whole week, so be sure to subscribe if you're not already subscribed, or hit the bell notification so you don't miss any of it. So today's video is second grade curriculum. In particular, my son's individual subjects. So you're talking language arts, math, and then at the end I have kind of a handicraft because this year I decided to have like a special craft for each of my big kids. So I'll share that at the end. But mostly language arts and math. So I'll start with language arts, I think. So as for reading, we are continuing along with All About Reading. Let me put all this down. We just finished up level 1 a couple of weeks ago, and we are going to move right into level 2. He has flourished under All About Reading. And I know I have talked about this a lot on this channel, but it has been wonderful. And I probably will put out a special All About Reading video talking a little bit about how I handle All About Reading with two kids that are in the same level, as well as just some of the amazing aspects of the curriculum that has really worked for my son. And so I have everything. I have the teacher's manual, I have the activity guide, which I tend to cut up and put in a binder, and then I have the cards. And so I actually purchased both of my kids their own box for All About Reading and All About Spelling, and a second set of cards for each level because they're just so close in age. And then I also have my twins, which fingers crossed All About Reading will be a good fit for them as well. So I just decided to invest in 2 sets of those manipulatives because I was trying to kind of mark which one was which, and it was just too confusing. But yeah, we are going with All About Reading. I am really happy with it. It has just been such a good program. So that's reading. As for spelling, we're actually starting spelling. So we did a little bit of spelling when we did Logic of English. He seemed fairly confident with spelling, but I haven't picked up any formal spelling since we stopped Logic of English. And so I also decided to go with All About Learning Press. So All About Spelling level 1 for him, and that came also with a card box. So I'm excited to get into that. I flipped through it a bit. I think it will be wonderful because we use All About Reading to tie in All About Spelling. I feel like it really goes hand in hand, and hopefully we have enough time to do that well, because I feel like that's the only thing that makes me slightly worried, is that it's going to be too much teacher intensiveness, but we shall see. So we're going to start off with All About Spelling level 1, which is what they recommend, is to not start spelling until you've done the first level of All About Reading. So we are on par with that. Okay, next, handwriting. So I love Danielian handwriting. I have been talking about this pretty much on my channel since I started. It really works for me. My aunt recommended it. She says it worked really well for her for the 30 years she taught in the classroom, and so far it's been great. He has wonderful handwriting. And as you can see in this flip through, it starts to move to more of a cursive, I'd say about halfway through, so that's perfect because I feel like one of the strengths of this program is the fact that they have the monkey tail at the end, and so now you're just connecting monkey tails. Danielian handwriting, grade 2 is what we're going with for my son. All right, so next, a little bit of grammar. So we are continuing on with first language lessons. And last year we left it for a little bit and tried lightning literature, which you can go see my video on some of the curriculums that didn't really work for us, and that was one of them. And then we went back to first language lessons, and it was great. It really ended out our school year well. We got about to lesson 60, I think, in level 1. And as I was looking through it, I'm planning on just finishing out level 1 before going into level 2. And we should be able to finish both of those next year because we do end up skipping some stuff. I kind of take or leave the poem memorization. Sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't. And we also tend to take out the narration exercises because I use Writing with Ease, and that has a lot of narration. So speaking of Writing with Ease, that is something that we are continuing on with as well. What I decided to do with Writing with Ease though is to just go directly into level 2. So why I made that decision was because as I was looking through the level 1 book, it just kind of gets progressively harder. The passages get longer. So at the end of last year, I was skipping large chunks and just picking the stories I really liked until we got to the end of the book. And then my intention for level 2 is to go through that during his 2nd grade year. So that is plenty for language arts. But I do have something that I'm toying around with using, and that is Sonlight's Language Arts. From what I have heard and read and just been researching a ton about, is that Sonlight's Language Arts tends to be pretty gentle, and I don't want to use it for phonics or anything like that, but I'm curious about using it for some of the creative writing because I like the way it's designed. So I'm tentatively thinking of ordering Sonlight's level 1 because I already ordered the level 1 readers for him for this year. And I know I'm doing a 2nd grade curriculum haul and these are level 1 readers, but that's just about where he's at. I'd rather start him out a little bit below what he can do and work through that. And if we need to get some of the level 2 readers, we can, or the grade 2, I can't remember what they're called. So I'm thinking about that. I'm not totally sold on it because I do really like the Writing with Ease style with the narration and being able to kind of process ideas orally as opposed to needing to construct things into kind of paragraphs or sentences or stories. If anybody has any experience with Sonlight Language Arts, especially level 1, I would love to hear it below. Let me know your thoughts because I'm toying around with that idea, but like I said, this is plenty for language arts. So it's not that I want to add more. I just want to kind of check out their program to see if we want to shift there more in the future. As for math, we are still loving Singapore primary math. So last year, we switched into primary math probably around the new year, and it was a good switch. We switched out of dimensions into primary, and he was doing really well, is doing really well. I decided to add the math live lessons, which I've really liked. It's where a teacher basically teaches through what he needs to know and then assigns different problems. Why I like it a lot is because it adds in the intensive practice problems and the challenging word problems, which I wasn't doing prior to that. And I think once we added those in, his depth of understanding significantly increased. So I love that. But to kind of get back to what we are planning for 2nd grade is we have to finish 1B first. And so I have 1B here. We were almost at the end of 1A last year, so I think we had a couple lessons to finish out, and then we will transition into 1B. What I did to kind of slow us down last year was that I added addition facts that stick and subtraction facts that stick, because it really recommended that they know their addition facts up till 20, and he really didn't. And those programs helped out significantly. And why I'm also not worried about the grade 1, grade 2 kind of distinction is because I know that Singapore math is ahead. It's at least a semester, if not a full year ahead. And so we have a little bit of wiggle room. So if he's still in 1A, 1B right now at the beginning of the school year, he'll definitely get into 2A before the end of the school year. And so as you can see, I have all the 2A materials. I have the teacher's guides, and then all the workbooks and textbooks, as well as the intensive practice books, 2A and 2B, and the challenging word problem. So I have everything we need for him to roll into that when we get there. I just want to make sure he has a solid base in the addition subtraction before we really move on to the 1B. And so we're kind of straddling our levels for math, but I'm not too worried. It has taken us a little bit of time to kind of land on a good math program for him. And you can see the video I made at the end of his kindergarten year about all the different math curriculum that we tried. And then I also have a comparison video between dimensions and primary math. And so we have done it all for math. And so the other thing I add kind of in math in my head, it's not really by any means part of the program, but I add logic. So I definitely love getting logic books for my kids, and they love these. So I have the Mind Bender books here, and this one's for grade 3 to 6. So this might be a little bit challenging for him, but he finished the grade 1 and 2 last year. So we'll see where he's at. I also have an older math analogies book, and this is for a little bit younger kids. So this could be good for some independent work, but it keeps their brain kind of solving problems and things like that, which I think is so valuable. So I love including a little bit of logic in their day. And then the last thing, like I said, is I wanted to get them each kind of a handicraft, something to kind of keep them occupied, to hone some skills, if you will. And I decided to get my son a whittling book. So I'm still in the process of finding like a whittling knife. I know it makes me a little nervous. He's going to be 7, 8 years old, but I can teach him how to be responsible, and he's so excited. So we got this book, and it shows just different whittling projects and things like that. So it could be something that really helps his kind of fine motor and just gives him some projects. And I don't know, he's really excited. I'm pretty excited. I think it'll be a really good fit for him. I just kind of have to get it all fully organized here before the school year starts. So that is a curriculum I have chosen for my second grader, my 7.5-year-old, and I'm very excited for his year. A lot of this we have been using, and that is definitely a relief for me because I know a lot of it really works and it jives well with him. And so yeah, let me know below if you have any questions on any of the curriculum, or if you want me to do any kind of flip throughs or more detailed reviews on anything I showed you. I'd be happy to do that, so please let me know below. Otherwise, don't forget, it's curriculum week, and so tomorrow will be my daughter for first grade, and then preschool, and then family subjects. That's my tentative plan. So I hope you will come along and join me for those videos. And otherwise, that's what I have for this video. Please consider liking it, subscribing if you're not already subscribed. I will see you tomorrow for first grade. All right, have a wonderful day.